This woman licked the ceiling for water and ate raw fish straight from the sea. Because she'd been trapped inside a floating shipping container for 2 weeks and not long ago, she had just given birth. For the sake of her newborn, Mia had to survive. But soon, a crisis came. Seawater began flooding into the container, and Mia lost her last bit of drinkable water. Just when she was on the verge of collapse, it started to rain. She quickly stood up to drink, then grabbed every container she had to collect the rainwater. But she knew the rain wouldn't last. To truly survive, she had to break out. She used a drill to cut through the wall, but halfway through, the battery died. Her only hope of escape was gone. Even worse, her water was almost gone too. She lashed out in frustration and accidentally knocked loose a knife. She grabbed the knife and tried to cut open the door, but it was barely effective. Then she had an idea to peel open the container like a can. She immediately got to work. After countless tries, the opening grew larger. With everything she had, she finally pulled the metal apart. Mia climbed out of the container with her baby. She built a tiny raft for the child. Then she used headphone wires to weave a fishing net and used baby waste as bait. She finally solved the food problem. Later, she noticed seagulls flying nearby, a sign that land was getting closer. But just as things were looking up, a storm hit. The container sank into the ocean. When Mia came back to the surface, her baby was gone. She frantically searched, calling out again and again. Out of nowhere, a whale appeared. It swam near the baby's raft and sprayed a stream of water. The droplets hit the child's face, and suddenly the baby cried. Mia heard the sound. She swam toward it and finally saw the raft. By the next day, her body was failing, soaked for too long in seawater. With her last bit of strength, she threw fish into the ocean, hoping to attract seagulls and maybe a passing ship. She gave her last hope to her child and sank into the sea. No one knows how much time passed. At last, a fishing boat sailed by. The crew noticed something unusual floating, a small raft. They brought it on board and were shocked to find a living baby. Then one of them noticed a rope tied to the baby. She pulled it up and Mia came out of the water. But her face was pale, and she wasn't breathing. The girl tried CPR again and again, no response. Then the baby cried. And somehow, Mia heard it. She opened her eyes. Looking at everything around her, it took her a while to believe she was truly saved. And then, she broke down in tears.